So I believe that once every 10 years, the US government should be required to release every single document that they have marked as confidential, secret, top secret, whatever it is. All of it, once every 10 years. Or maybe once every 7, we can go biblical with it. It was 7 years, right? That once every 7 years, all the debt was forgiven. Someone's texting me and distracting me. But once every, let's say, just call it even 10 years. Once every 10 years, everything is released. And so, look, if you can't get it done in 10 years, or if, you're on year 9 and you think it'll take a few years to get your confidential top secret mission done, then sorry, you don't get to do it. Oh, that's too bad. I really wish you were able to plot that coup you were trying to get done. And I think this isn't to say they couldn't do bad things in the meantime, but this whole concept that they can just keep things from the public forever, it's kind of bullshit. They just say, I'll tie this to a question that I asked the Honorable Mr. Robert Gouveia. Every time I say his name, I call him Robert, because my brain is preparing to say Gouveia. But on watchingthewatchers.locals.com. And I asked him basically, look, I at my job, I deal quite a bit with private contracts. And, a customer says they want this. We say we'll provide this. Once we agree on it, okay. Once we've all agreed, then even if we missed something, but we said we'd provide it, then too bad, we have to provide it. When it comes to the government, I have no clue. I have no idea. There is no sense of enforcement. There's no sense of, there are tiny bits and pieces here and there, but most of the time, what looks like the government answering for their own crimes is just certain people in government trying to get rid of other people in government. So I spoke about private contracts, and I work in the construction industry, so if they need a component, we said we'd provide it, and it's not there, then they go, hey, where is it? There's that very simple follow-up to say, okay, this is the review of the agreement that we have with each other, and you're not fulfilling your end, so you need to pay up or give me that component or whatever it is. When it comes to the government, what's the social contract anymore? Has anyone even considered what the social contract is? Is there any way for us to hold the government accountable? And you say, oh, well, you don't vote for those people, you vote somebody else in. Okay, that's great. And then those people get in and they do the same stuff. So how do we enforce it? And that's what I would say. Every 10 years, every confidential document the US government has to be released to the people. And so if they're doing something wrong, maybe we couldn't stop it. Maybe they would be scared if they say, well, in 10 years, everybody's going to find out about this. So what we're going to need to do is make sure that all the people who are going to do the really awful shit are 85 years old. So I'm sure Biden wouldn't be concerned at this point, although I don't think he's capable of doing much of anything at the moment. But that is the main concept behind this, is what is our social contract with the government and with government, and how do we enforce it? Does anyone even understand the social contract? I mean, to me, the trade-off, that caveat with, okay, yes, we understand it'll be harder to sue the government. Yes, we understand there's certain things that you have the authority to do, that we are giving you this authority as our servant, as a public servant. We're voluntarily giving you the authority to manage this thing in exchange for providing this service to us. And that service can just be make sure other countries don't attack us, and if there's a murderer running around, go and shoot him. Aside from that, I mean, to me personally, I don't want anything else. I don't want anything else from you. Just do that and we're good. They don't like that. And this comes back to something that I was talking with someone the other day, in that you can make the best political system in the world. It will still become corrupt. It's inevitable. You know, power corrupts, absolute power corrupts absolutely. Right now, DC is like Sauron's Ring of Power, or one of the Riders' rings. I'm forgetting what they're... I just saw something about this yesterday. Ring wraiths. Jeez, almost called them death wraiths. Ring wraiths. One of the rings that they wear, and it's just pulls you in and draws you in. So once you get to DC, you're with all these other influential people, and all these military contractors and pharmaceutical reps and all these people from other countries. They're all talking to you, and you just feel so special. And you think, as I actually said in a past video, is I came here as a public servant, but now I've decided I'm running the place. Rather than being the butler who manages the estate for the people, even though it's their estate, I'm just the one, I'm the servant serving them. No, I've decided it's my estate now, and I can do with it what I want. So I would like to start proposing ideas for how we can actually reach a point where, just as in a private contract, there is that accountability. How can we take this social contract and provide accountability? Because, and even then, if we were to create a system that solved all the problems we currently have now, that system would still get warped, it would still get corrupted. People are sneaky and creative, and even though the worst of us are brilliant in ways that are, I mean, if anyone has kids, you can see they're sneaky. They come up with some clever shit, and that's humans in general. So what can we do? What can we do to create a mechanism for actually enforcing this social contract that, in my opinion, has been grossly abused? And as far as I'm concerned, while I'm not calling for insurrection or revolution or anything, I think it's more appropriate to solve these things through peaceful means. But as far as I'm concerned, this contract is just voided. You don't get to break your side of the contract this much and then ask me why I'm willing to break my side of the contract. I'll say at this point, if there weren't people who were going to come physically remove me from my home and take me off to prison, I wouldn't pay taxes. Would you? Okay, so this isn't a social contract anymore. And that's about it. If anyone has any ideas for ways of enforcing said social contract, or ideas about what that social contract is, please leave a comment. I really do appreciate any critiques, opinions, thoughts. I mean, if you think I'm just brilliant and this is the best thing you've ever heard, I will accept compliments as well. But yeah, I hope someone can get something out of this, and y'all have a fantastic day or night or whatever time of the day it is. Thanks. Bye.